please help out the channel. Hit that subscription button. I'm coming out with tons of videos and you don't want to miss them. Anthrax Madhouse. All right, so an intro section here, and it's more or less the chorus riff that's going on. Just with the intro, we're going to add an extra initial measure of, open E power chord chugs. You can kick it off with a little bit of a fuller power chord and then just worry about like chugging the open E's. Like I said, just one full measure of that, and then we kind of get into the main riff, which is, about 7 strums on that open E. All right. And then we come up and we do this kind of chromatic scale down here, alternating chromatic scale down. It would be 7A, 7E, 6A, 6E, 5A, 5E, and then kind of offset a little bit, we go 4A, 3E. You can give that little 3 a little bend or something, that's cool. Alright, time to bust out the whammy bar. And we're going to come up here to 15 on the B and the E. And basically we're just going to strum and dip as we strum. Okay, so we just hit it and just kind of give it a little push there. And the trick is we just want to keep this going as we're strumming. Every time we come down with it, it'll hit the strings again. Okay, kind of a funny, I think they're trying to go for like a laughing type of noise on this. So and you do it about 5 times. Okay, just keeping that bar right there on your palm. Getting that technique. And after you do it about 5 times, then you hit it again and then you just pull up. And then bring it back. Okay, so just kind of a fun little technique here with that whammy bar on this section. Into the verse, kick it off with a B power chord here. And initially we'll just hit it there, slide it up to D at the 5th fret here on the A. Come off to a power chord, hit it again just before the measure's out. Back to the B, and once we hit B this time, then we'll just immediately follow it with about 5 palm muted 2s here on the A. Right, and then we just kick it in with a G power chord. And then this big D5 with the A bass note. Come off to just some open transitionals there at the open A, D, and G. Kind of an A vibe there. And then essentially we're going to repeat it, the whole progression. It's just, instead of just sliding up in that initial B to D, now we just treat it like how the B to G was, where we hit the B and then do some palm muted 2s. Then bring it up to D. And from there it just kind of repeats in that style off to the A, B, and then G, D with the A bass note to some open transitional A. And now into the second part of the verse, or like the second riff, I guess you could say, like riff B, whatever. It's just kind of like the following verse section, and it's pretty cool. We chug on some open E, about 4 of them, hit a 1, open A, back to the 1 E to open E. All right, first time through it, we end it with a few opens, 1, do a 3-2 on the D and give it a little pinch and vibrato there. Okay. Do the first measure again. Then we end it this time with a few opens. And then this 1, 2, 3, 1A, 2D, 3G. Right. Repeat the first 3 measures again. And instead of ending with the, now we'll end it with a few opens, and then we hit a C power chord at the 3 of the A, up to a G sharp power chord at the 4 of the E. Okay, a nice thrashy section right here, the pre-chorus. We hit an A power chord, do a couple of A bass notes, hit those 2s as part of the A, and bring them up to 3s, so it makes it kind of like a B power chord with the A bass note. Okay. Couple more A bass notes and then come back to those 3s on the D and G, because it just brings it right back down to the 2s. Hit a few opens on the A. So, and we do this quick little pull-off hammer-on thing. We're on the G, we go 3, 5, 3, come off to open, and then we go 2, 3, 2, open. Okay, you want it about that fast. We would go through the initial, A to B flat 5 with the A, back to the A. And then we cap it off the second time through with the little chromatic 3 on the A for the C power chord, down to 2 for the B, down to 1 for the B flat. It's kind of a dynamic there with the drums and all that. All right, and basically we just go through that whole thing twice. And at the very end, we just basically take that last part of the chorus riff, the main riff, that, scale down. And we just crank it out back to back 3 times and then end on an open E power chord.